Guess who's back? Back again. ER. Hi YouTube, this is Ronewa Netshanzhe. Welcome to yet another fabulous episode of Heart to Heart with Newa. My name is Ronewa Netshanzhe and you are most definitely welcome to my channel. And to everyone who's visiting here for the very first time, this is Heart to Heart with Newa. We're all about faith content, we're all about lifestyle. So everything life, you find it here. And today I'm going to be talking to all the mothers to be that are pregnant and do not have medical aid. Your girl is your plug. So I'll just be doing that. So going through what I did when I found out I was pregnant and did not have medical aid, and to do a TBT review. And you guys will find out what TBT is as we go along the video. And without any further ado, we'll start with today's video. I found out I was pregnant when I was about 5 weeks pregnant. And immediately when I found out I was pregnant, I thought to myself, oh my God, what is going to happen when I give birth because I do not have medical aid? So from that moment onwards, I thought to myself, let me get medical aid. Little did I know, because I was kicked out of my parents' medical aid the moment I think I turned 21 or 18. I'm not sure because I was not sickly anymore. So I'm not sure when I was kicked out. So I now started calling medical aid, medical schemes to find out if I could start medical aid and if they'd be able to help me because I was already pregnant. And I did not know that medical aids don't cover pre-existing conditions. Well, most of them don't cover pre-existing conditions that are within the first year of you getting that medical aid. Meaning that because I knew that I was already pregnant, they could not cover anything that was maternity related or even postpartum. So that was it was a lot for me. It was a train wreck for me because I did not want to give birth at a public institution, and I know that most mothers do not want to do that. So I started looking for alternatives that I can have, like ways I can give birth at a private facility without me having medical aid and without it being costly. Because first of all, me being pregnant came as a surprise for me. So yeah, I then went on to research about what I can do. So as I was searching medical aids, you know how when you've been putting up something on your search engine a lot, then you start getting advertisements, maybe like on your social media platforms and stuff like that, that are related to what you've been searching a lot about. So this thing called the birthing team came up. Now, I did not know what it was, but then the first question that popped up is, are you pregnant and do not have medical aid? Then I was like, yes. And then I went on to click on that ad. And guys, that was God answering my prayer right there. So the birthing team is sort of like a what? An organization, if I can call it that, under Netcare hospitals. So during the time when I was researching it, or during the time when I joined it, it was just available at three hospitals, three Netcare hospitals. So one in Pretoria, it's called Netcare Femina, something like that. And the one that I used, which was in Johannesburg, Netcare Park Lane, and also in Durban. I'm not sure of the name of that Netcare. So I then read more about it. So what the birthing team offers you, it offers you an opportunity as a mother to be that does not have medical aid to give birth at a private institution. So I gave birth at a Netcare hospital, and they give you like your maternity care. So they start caring for you from about 12 weeks of being pregnant up until the very end, so until you give birth. So what I did is I then gave them a call when I found out about them, and they explained to me how they work. So they just basically told me that I need to come for a screening. So the first part of a screening was with a midwife or a sister that basically just took blood tests and urine tests. And then they told me to come back for a second appointment where I'm going to see a doctor, and the doctor is going to assess me. A doctor being a specialist, so a gynae, or an obstetrician. So I did that. My bloods came back and my urine tests came back, and everything was fine. My blood tests were all negative of everything that they look for in pregnancy. And also, the doctor did an assessment on me. So basically, that assessment was just to put me on a grading of where I am in terms of risk as a mom. And I was at the lowest risk, so I did not have any medical complications. So they put me at the lowest risk. So they push natural birth at the birthing team. So if you want to give birth via C-section, this is not for you. But if you do want to give birth naturally, then this is definitely for you. So I was put at a category called, I think it was called the basic NVD, meaning basic normal vaginal delivery or something like that. And then at that stage, I was only required to pay about 26,000 at most. So for the first two appointments that I was telling you about, I had to be assessed after I paid 2,000 rands or 2.5, I'm not sure. So that 2,000 rand did the blood test and did the assessment with the gynae or the obstetrician for me. And then from then onwards, which was from about 12 weeks, they started doing monthly appointments with me, depending on their schedule there. So, and also depending on my needs as a mother and the baby's needs. They did all ultrasounds, everything for me, anatomy scans, and for me, without me having to pay extra charges. So all in all, what I had to pay was about 26,000 rand. And this is including the 2,000 that I paid earlier. So for me, I felt like it was a bargain because I did not have to pay the 26,000 rand upfront. I had to pay it in amounts of about 5.5. But also, just something to note. So if my risk status was higher than that, it meant that I had to pay more money. But then because my risk status was low, and I was giving birth via normal vaginal delivery, my amount was that. So that is the lowest amount, about 26,000 rand. So I paid it in about, I think, 4 or 5 months. So I was paying 5.5, 5.5, 5.5 until I finish the amount. So they need you to be done with the amount by week 36. And they don't take people, I think, that are more than 24 weeks. So they don't need you to be advanced in your pregnancy. They want to start up with you and do all the blood tests with you and everything. They provided all my prenatal vitamins for me, free of charge. So when they were finished, I just had to tell them where I was when I came, sorry, for the appointment. And then I would go to the pharmacy and pick them up. All the shots that I had when I was pregnant, they provided for free. When it was time for me to get my tetanus shot, they would just tell me, go to the pharmacy with this letter. So it's their pharmacy right there in the hospital. And then they will treat you. So the only disadvantage that I would say I noted with that is at some point my doctor changed. So for the longest of time, I had the same doctor. So I think they tried to keep consistency, but that doctor then went on leave and I had to change to another doctor. So for me, that I did not like. And the sisters were also not consistent, but I did not have a problem with that because the sisters, all of them were very competent. But with the doctor, I just preferred to be seen by the same doctor, because if you watched my other pregnancy series videos, you will remember how I mentioned that when I went for my 40 weeks appointment, I was told that I was not exactly 40 weeks. And that was all because I was not with the same doctor. So I just preferred that that transition with my doctor, right? You are seen mostly by a midwife, and you just have a few doctor's appointments. They had a special radiographer for ultrasounds and stuff. So on days that you had scans to do, then you go and do the scans. They answered all my questions so nicely, took me through like my birthing plan, and they provided me with what do you call this, pain relief when I was giving birth, free of charge. I did not have to pay extra charges. Like, there were no surprises at the end of the day. The only thing that I had to pay obviously was my partner and I's COVID tests, and we just had to send them that before we went to the hospital. But otherwise, I was so happy, and that was one of the main reasons why I did not want to give birth at a public institution, because it did not give me the privilege of having my partner in the room or me having my own private space. So I had my own private space when I was giving birth, but then after I went to a general ward. I did, however, have the option to book a room wherein I would be with my husband and my baby, but I figured that because I gave birth, or I was planning on giving birth via normal vaginal delivery, then it wouldn't be a problem, because I'd be leaving the next day if I was giving birth at night, and if it was in the morning, I'd be leaving the same day. So I did not mind being in a general ward. And honestly speaking, I had privacy. The space I had was big. My baby was with me by my side the whole time. The nurses were so caring to such an extent that they taught me everything, breastfeeding, and on also they provide free classes, so you and your partner can go for classes where what do you call them, prenatal classes, with your partner, and they teach you everything from danger signs to how to care for the baby, how you're going to prepare for labor, and so I had one class. I'm not sure if they provide more, but I was only called for one class during the time when I was close to giving birth. But I did hear that with other levels of lockdown, mothers were not able to get their prenatal classes. But then as the restrictions eased, we were able to get prenatal classes and with our partners. So for me, guys, I just felt like I should plug someone so you can search for the birthing team. And I did not really find much information on YouTube, like reviews and stuff like that. What I would find is things from Genesis Hospital, and most of the experiences that people had were not good. So I just wanted to put this out there for someone who might be pregnant and might afford to pay that 26,000 and be able to have the privacy when they're giving birth, or be able to have their partner or their family with them as they give birth. So I think that will be all that I have to share with you guys. But if you do have any questions, please head over to the comment section down below, and I'll be happy to answer if I do know what you are asking me. And without any further ado, we have come to the end of the video. Bye.